Hey, 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 it's Big Voice J.
Hola amigos.
Presentamos este programa
For all of my people, Negroes and Latinos, and even the gringos.
Pero si quieren saber un poco más de qué se trata, bienvenido al Club de Diamantes.
All right, yeah, here we go. You ever just step out into the summer sun and the sun's just staring at you going, yeah, I'm going to be here for a while. Well, that's what I'm feeling right now. Oh, thankfully I'm not alone. I got Mr. Rowdy Wonk in the building with me. What's up there, Wonk?
Is it plus 100 over there?
Yes, by the way, it is... I was just checking it beforehand. It said 95 degrees. Feels like you don't want to know. That's what it says. I mean, I warn you, this show may or may not be pantsless. And I encourage you to be pantsless as well, especially if you're... we knew we were in trouble when the news reports go wall to wall with this giant heat dome that is apparently all over parts of the United States, and we're all just going to get it.
We're not so bad here. I have to do the conversion. It's like 27, 28, which is like 8. What is that? That's like 80 degrees here right now.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to be 40, feels like 45. I'm just trying to do the conversion. Feels like 45 later this week, which is 113. And my wife works in a elementary school that does not have air conditioning.
What?
Yeah.
How?
Because for years and years, it was only like the last week of school where nobody was trying to do any work that it got that hot, and then shit need fan, and then it starts getting hot in May. Thankfully, it didn't start getting hot until like the middle of the first week of June this year. It's not as bad as it's been in past, but like this last week is going to be absolutely miserable.
Has this prompted cries from the citizenry to, hey, we got to do something about this, or think of the children, or what?
No, it's any parents or teachers or staff that care come back to. Won't somebody think of the budget?
Oh.
We can't put air conditioning into all of these schools. Like, could you put some air conditioning so there's like a cooling center in each of the schools?
Maybe just a lot of fans. Maybe have school at night.
They do have fans. We're prevented from bringing in additional fans, which I think is wrong.
Yeah.
My idea was, which I just got a blank stare, like, what kind of idiot are you? Was, how before refrigerators, we had ice boxes?
Yep.
Well, not we, but like our parents and our forefathers.
Yep.
Could we just get like a big block of ice and just run a fan across that? Will that cool the room? I mean, as it melts, it'll cool the room something. I just don't know how, if it's feasible.
Well, everybody
but I would like to find out.
Everybody would gather around that stream, and it wouldn't be like a whole room thing. You'd have to have some pretty powerful fans, and then you'd just be blowing the ice all around. Yeah.
Well, I looked, like you could get like a 2 foot by 2 foot block of ice delivered. Like, would that last a day?
Like today? Right now? I mean, you could get like a big old block of ice.
Yeah, that, like, if you wanted to get like a block of ice like that, like to make a ice sculpture out of, like that kind of block of ice, you can just get that delivered now.
Wow. What does something like that run you?
Feels like I think it was I don't know what the delivery fee was, but I think it was like something like 50 pounds of ice was going to cost you something like 35 or 40 bucks. But
Uh-huh.
if you wanted delivery to the school, there was like a 250-pound minimum for delivery for big
It sounds about right.
deliveries. Yeah. So I mean, I have no idea, but I could get like 2 20-pound blocks of ice and go pick them up and take them to the school.
I mean, kids would be laying on the ice
Well, yeah,
by the time you get there.
So my wife's a kindergarten teacher this year.
Uh-huh.
So like this could cool off the room. It could could not cool off the room, but you're probably going to end up with 25 kindergartners all with their tongues stuck to the block of ice.
She's not wrong. I mean, if the block of ice is big
Could
enough
you
and I'm the first
imagine?
one there, you might get me there.
Can you imagine having an entire class of kindergartners all with their tongues stuck to one block?
That is a class picture for you right there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh.
What's new in the world of wonk these days?
Following up from our last show, Poodle said watch Julia on from HBO, and I have been doing so and enjoying it immensely. Yes. David Hyde Pierce plays who is Niles in Frasier in the Frasierverse.
Yep.
Plays basically the same character but named Paul Childs, and he is incredibly good at it. There were 2 shows that we were watching. One is this, and the other is it Breakpoint or Point Break? I think it's a Netflix show. No, tennis.
Oh, good question.
Netflix show with Kate Hudson. Running Point. I was close. Not close enough to find it though. Running Point is a woman who was the girl of a family that owned the LA NBA team. Gets pushed into being president of the organization, and does incredibly well at it. But so it's so the 2 shows that we're watching right now are Woman, the sheer force of nature, overcomes misogyny in sports in modern day, and Woman who is sheer force of nature overcomes misogyny in TV in the 60s.
I sense a theme.
Men suck? Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
That's been going on for a while.
Yeah, they've been pushing that narrative for a good long while though. Yeah, I have not picked up Julia yet. I want to, and thank you for reminding me for that. As a critter has gotten under the house and started chewing on stuff, which means he attacked the giant tube, which is the central line for the air conditioning. And yeah,
that's a good way to die.
Yeah. And well, parts of the it's funny. The further away you get from the AC unit, the hotter each room is, because obviously there's a hole in there. In the trunk. Yeah. And guess where the biggest hole is? Right here.
Your room?
Right here.
Oh, this room.
Yes.
So is this like a mini split system with different with multi heads in different rooms?
No, we weren't that advanced. It was a heat pump, big old heat pump. This would be the 3rd one I've bought.
But so you have, but you have a coolant line running to different rooms in the house.
You would call it central air and heating, yeah. So
I wouldn't, because I have what I'd call central air and heating, which is one line from the compressor outside down to the furnace room in the basement that then has forced air into all the other rooms.
No, this
So
is one
like the
single
coolant
unit.
line is very short. It would be relatively short.
Yeah. Well, this would be one single unit that sits outside and just pumps heat or cold air into each of the rooms.
Okay.
Like it's supposed to. It's sold down here
Usually.
as central air and heat.
Huh.
Technically, it's called a heat pump, or
because it's not a. I guess because it's not a, like that. That's
it's
what
easier to remember.
I think
bottom line,
it's what we would call as a mini split system.
No, mini split here has a wall unit.
Okay.
And
this doesn't have a wall unit?
No. These are all ducts, air ducts, either in the floor or in the ceiling.
Then I don't understand where the coolant line is going.
Well, it's self-contained. It's all in one big box outside. It doesn't need to go anywhere. It's just shooting hot air or cold air wherever you need to be. And you have to be careful as to if you're buying one because, and look, I told him, I said, hey, just give me the biggest one you got. And then, no, you don't want that because if you overbuy a system for the house,
it'll freeze up.
It will just the exact opposite. It won't cycle all the way through, and then it won't take the heat out as well as it could. It's overworking, which blew my mind. I was like, well,
it's overworking because it's too powerful?
It's overworking because it's too powerful. And I had to have him explain that to me again because it didn't make any sense to me. But then he said when he was talking about condensation and mold getting into places, and then it's like, okay, well, we don't really want to do that just yet. Do we have any? Let's see here. I don't have anything up here. For goodness sakes, we're kind of quiet. What's going on here? Trying to figure things out. Send a thing to...
kind of quiet?
Yeah. Well, are you seeing anything in the chat room? Because I am not. Maybe I'm...
No, but I'm also not seeing audience.
Huh. Well, I am streaming. It's stream element says I'm streaming.
Yeah, but like in the show, how many people do you see watching the stream right now?
Let's see here. It says we're live.
Yeah.
And one viewer.
Yeah, I think that's me.
Huh. Interesting. You suppose I was off on the calendar?
Well, I just got 2, although that might be you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check the calendar.
Yeah, let's just check this.
We need a theme song. Let's all go to the calendar. Let's all go to the calendar.
Because I thought for sure.
Get ourselves some dates.
Because I thought for sure that I heard Poodle say, we are movie party.
On Poodle event.
So we're all just trying to figure out here.
Yeah, no.
And looking here. I sent a message to Poodle, who is not online. So I'm wondering, maybe, just maybe, we got a little, might have jumped the gun. Which is just like me. I did a lot of work on the back end, trying to get this, trying to fix things that I said, I got to fix that, but I never do. And then the next month comes around. Finally fixed part of the camera issues, And now I don't have anybody. Because he hadn't even got back to me yet. Huh. I figured.
PCMovieParty.net, if I remember correctly.
Does he still
No.
maintain the X account or the Twitter account?
Hasn't posted. No, he does not.
Huh.
I think this is the wrong night.
I think it might be the wrong night.
Yeah, I
Because
think
at
this
least
might be the
Kofi
wrong
would
night.
be here. At least, what's his face would be here. Since you have to work,
Yeah.
I'll give you back your evening. And
Okay.
the good news is everything's done. Everything's ready.
Great.
And I've got